Hi everyone, greetings from Kyiv, Ukraine. My name is Alexandra and I'm a Ukrainian entrepreneur, an ESL teacher, and someone who has spent more than 15 years helping people find their voice in English. I've built my personal brand, Alexandra ESL, where my team and I teach ESL, English as a second language, and USL, Ukrainian as a second language. We create self-paced courses, grow our speaking club community, and develop online content on Instagram and YouTube. My journey didn't happen in one place. I graduated from Kyiv National Linguistic University in 2010, majoring in translation and interpretation in English. During that time, I met Marshall Christensen and Dan Ballast, and I was invited to join the Servant Leadership Academy. I was accepted, and that experience became a pivotal point in my life. Through the academy, I met my mentors, my teachers, and lifelong friends, Jeff and Coralie Stevens, who have supported me through many stages of my life, personally, professionally, and spiritually. That meeting was definitely a divine appointment. It became the beginning of a journey where I shaped my core values and principles, values that I now pass on to my students and business partners. Love in action, respect, support, gratitude, humor, and others. As an alumna of CoServe, I'm deeply grateful. I truly believe that my participation in the Academy was a gift. And as it's written, every good gift and every perfect gift is from above. I later received my TESOL certification in Vancouver, British Columbia, a moment that opened the door to international teaching. Through an extended practicum, I became eligible to teach ESL worldwide. I taught at Oxford International and the University of British Columbia in 2023 and in 2024. And before that, I worked at Humber Institute of Technology and Advanced Learning in Toronto during their summer programs in Canada. I'm also a registered Callan Method teacher working with the Direct Method. And since 2020, I've been mentoring students at CoServe International. Also, I was accepted into Concordia University in Portland, Oregon in 2018, and I hold IELTS Academic Band 7. But still, before anything else, I'm a teacher and I'm a mentor. But what does it really mean to be a teacher? Is it to explain grammar, to correct mistakes, or to follow a program? Or is it something deeper? Well, for me, it started long before my career. It started when I was 7 years old, when I met two American volunteers, Karen and Allison, who came to Kyiv, Ukraine. Back then, I didn't learn English. I just started and I didn't understand their words, but I felt something different. Something that I hadn't experienced in my school, in the traditional and more authoritarian school system. That was friendship, connection, curiosity, and a desire to belong. And maybe that's where my journey truly began. I learned English through play, jumping on the couch, interacting, exploring, and only later did I realize that this was total physical response, or TPR, and Glenn Doman's method that Karen and Allison were using, and those were the approaches that I later used with my students, and not only those. Years later, what did that become? It became online classes, students, and more than 15 years of teaching. But most importantly, it became people. People who are afraid to speak, who feel not good enough, and people who say, well, I understand, but I can't speak. And this is where my mission lives. My mission is simple but not easy. I help people find their voice in English. I help them move from silence to speaking, from fear to action, from maybe one day to I can actually do it, I can speak. And along the way, I've learned something important. You cannot force someone to speak. You cannot push confidence, but you can create space, offer support, believe in someone, and stay next to them. So, what does it mean to lead by serving others? Well, for me, leadership is not about standing in front, but it's about standing with. It's about seeing a person, their talents, and asking, how can I help you move forward today?